Yeah, we playing that shallow. Yeah. Which one? Which one my daddy cleat should I wear? 93s, 96s. I don't know. Decision.
Gentleman came in from within the crowd, came over and got smart with Shedeur and said things derogatory about me. Now Shedeur he's a walk away. Shedeur ain't gonna do nothing. Shallow would have swung. Shallow is different. He would have swung. That's why God knew who to put in that situation. But before Shedeur could even readdress the gentleman, his lineman on a recruiting visit came over there and was about to hand.
Y'all blew up that Nike marketing post I made about Shedeur Sanders. That thing's got over 70,000 views and 13,000 likes. It ain't even.
Shedeur Sanders just flipped the entire playbook, and nobody saw it coming. Forget the draft drama, forget the NFL chatter. Nike just rolled out the royal carpet, and Shedeur strolled right across it like a king. The biggest deal of his career just dropped, and the league is still trying to find its jaw on the floor. Fans are losing it. Timelines are melting down, and even veteran players are double-checking their contracts. What does this mean for football, for Shedeur, and for every athlete dreaming of stardom? Buckle up, because the game just changed. Big time! The sports world just got hit with a sneaker-shaped earthquake. And here's the wild part. It didn't even happen on the field. Shedeur Sanders just inked a Nike deal so massive that the NFL salary cap looks like pocket change. We're talking owners pacing their glass suites, players refreshing their bank apps, and analysts stumbling over their hot takes live on air. It's madness. One signature, one swoosh, and suddenly the NFL feels like the side gig while Nike's running the show. And the funniest part?
$150 million in rookie jersey sales for Shedeur Sanders, which means he's going to commission $14 million. He only made $4.6 million from his rookie contract. So he's already made more than most second, third, whatever rounders. This is a sign for anybody out there that feels like they've been done wrong. You are always going to end up on the right side if you are a good person. Shedeur has been doing nothing but keeping quiet, working, minding his business, driving the speed limit hopefully, and doing everything he needs to do to prepare for this.
Nobody planned it this way. The script said Shedeur would flash that draft day smile, hug the commissioner, then spend his rookie year dodging linemen twice his size while his coach preaches about footwork and patience. That was supposed to be the story. But Shedeur? He tore that script in half and jumped straight into the spotlight as a global brand boss. Now, with money tall enough to block the sun, you can almost hear that collective gasp echoing from NFL headquarters. It's the sound of control slipping away. Let's rewind. Shedeur wasn't just another college quarterback. He was a walking headline. That arm could launch satellites, and that confidence, it made entire defenses question why they even suited up. Week after week, he wasn't just playing.
Just for MVP already. Now, let me not take it too far, but it's another example of how quick and fast Nike is with their marketing. Perfect. Shedeur is the perfect athlete to work with. He's unique. He sticks to himself and his family for the most part. He's marketable. He's charismatic. He smiles. All of the above. And Nike is so quick with the timing. They say only a matter of time. Come on, man. I told y'all, Reebok.
He was performing. Every touchdown was a message. Yes, I'm that good. No, you can't ignore me. Scouts were obsessed. Analysts built entire careers talking about him, and fans were convinced their franchise savior was finally coming. Shedeur didn't just play the game, he rewrote it. The NFL was already sketching out his debut, fitting him for a helmet, and imagining the ratings explosion. They had the cameras ready, the storylines written, and then boom, the Nike bombshell hit. Overnight, that sweet NFL love story turned into a full-blown corporate takeover. Shedeur didn't just get a seat at the table. He bought the table, the chairs, and probably the chandelier too. Let's talk numbers.
He'll be the best quarterback out of this draft. Watch his response every time he came off the field and how he got with the offensive linemen, how he got with the running backs, how he got with the receivers. And he just ran the show. he has the demeanor to be an NFL football player. And I'm telling you,
When reports call this the biggest deal in recent memory, you know it's way beyond free sneakers and a few TV spots. We're talking private jets with swooshes stitched in the seats, custom fashion lines, and checks with so many zeros the accountants need extra pages. Nike didn't just back up the Brinks truck, they rolled in an entire convoy. And here's the twist, this wasn't just about skill. Sure, Shedeur can throw, run, and make defenders look silly, like he's directing a highlight film. But Nike wasn't investing in a quarterback. They were investing in a movement. They saw a story, a personality, a walking brand that already had millions glued to every post, every word, every play. The NFL wanted Shedeur the player. Nike wanted Shedeur the phenomenon. Guess which one won?
My name is Willie B, man. Hey, he the real deal. Real deal. That's coming from Willie. That's coming from Willie. Hey, now how y'all feel now? How y'all feel now? No matter what he do, how you feel now? That man playing for his daddy. All you haters, if you hate Shedeur, you hate football. How can you not love that story? Deion Sanders, absolute legend.
Now picture it. Those suits up in the NFL offices staring at each other in silence, realizing the unthinkable. Wait, do players even need us anymore? That's the nightmare scenario right there. And honestly, Shedeur just proved it might be possible. Because if Shedeur can flip the script and build a Nike empire before even stepping on an NFL field, what's stopping the next wave of stars from doing the same? Nothing. Fans went nuclear. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Every feed was pure chaos. Half the internet crowned Shedeur a genius who just outsmarted the NFL, and the other half, pure panic, convinced the game they knew just got hijacked by a sneaker brand. Memes flooded in, people photoshopping NFL logos with giant Nike swooshes, fan edits of Shedeur looking more CEO than QB, and endless captions like, "Just do it better." The internet has never loved watching billionaires squirm this much. Meanwhile, a few NFL veterans tried to play it cool, pretending that it wasn't a big deal. Please, how do you downplay a deal so loud it drowns out your entire season preview, every press conference, every rookie camp headline, every analyst take? All roads lead back to one name, Shedeur Sanders and his Nike empire. Forget old school rivalries. The new matchup isn't Cowboys versus Eagles. It's NFL versus.
Out on the field. You watching the game, Chad. There's a lot of Shedeur Sanders fans. What did you think of his first outing?
Listen, all the talk and the narratives and the storylines and whatever you want to say, sooner or later that ball's about to snap. And that young man we watched in Colorado, who's one of the best football players in the nation, is now looking like one of the best football players in the nation at another level. That's what it was. I knew the collusion and all the stuff, like I said, you want to go through. You saw what Shedeur Sanders was capable of. We all knew what Shedeur Sanders was capable of, and he's going to show that he should start there. Flacco's there. Kenny Pickett was hurt. That little itty-bitty boy from Oregon, whatever his name is.
Dylan Gabriel.
Gabriel, he's an itty-bitty spider. You know?
Nike. He didn't just show up. Shedeur came through with a plan and was ready to execute it. Every move was calculated, not emotional. This wasn't some random decision made between workouts. This was chess, not checkers. Shedeur looked at how the NFL treats its young stars and said, "Why wait for you to pay me when Nike's already cutting checks?" That's not luck. That's genius level strategy. Most athletes spend their best years getting crushed on the field while billionaires count the profits. Shedeur flipped the playbook. He's letting the billionaires sweat for once while he controls the money and the message. This deal isn't just about sneakers, it's about power. Nike didn't just sign a quarterback. They gave Shedeur Sanders a global microphone, billboards, commercials, worldwide campaigns. He's not just in the game anymore, he's sitting above it.
Fantastic last night. I'm rooting for him to succeed in the NFL, but this is a little too much here, right? This is just a little too much. Last night after the game, Nike drops an ad, only a matter of time with the caption, "When you get your opportunity, create your next one."
Think about it. When's the last time a rookie quarterback had this much leverage before even throwing an NFL pass? The cash isn't even the wildest part. The symbolism is. For decades, the NFL has been the untouchable giant, the machine that eats players, chews them up, and spits them out as cautionary tales for documentaries. But suddenly, Shedeur flipped the narrative and made that machine look like a middle school science project. Nike just handed him a golden crown while the league's still polishing helmets. Here's the craziest thing. This isn't about endorsement money anymore. It's about ownership. In the NFL, rookies usually get absorbed into the brand. The league markets them, uses their image, slaps their face on posters, and calls it promotion. They become walking billboards for the shield. But Shedeur said,
I'm telling you this right now. All you fans out there, NFL fans, especially if you Brown fans, go get that 1-2 jersey. And I'm not talking about Tom Brady. I'm talking about Shedeur Sanders. Because if y'all know this now, you're going to know it soon. He's going to be the starter day one. He's the best one in the room. Listen, if you're in Ohio and you don't have Myles Garrett's jersey, you don't have Jamar Chase jersey, if you don't have Joe Burrow's jersey, if you don't have Spidey Mitchell's jersey, it's one jersey you better have then. And that's Shedeur Action Sanders.
Nah, I'll be my own billboard. Now Nike gets to build campaigns around him on his terms. No league filter, no corporate leash. That kind of freedom is something athletes dream about while signing those long, lawyer-written contracts that feel like novels. And that autonomy, it's got NFL execs sweating bullets. Picture those executives waking up in cold sweats, dreaming about a future where every top recruit says, "Forget your script, I'll write my own." That's the NFL's worst nightmare. The idea that players might not need the league's narrative anymore. Shedeur just proved something bigger than any endorsement check, that the league doesn't have to be the source of an athlete's power. When your talent and influence shine bright enough, you can rewrite the whole system. And the veterans?
Yeah, I'm just excited for all of them. I get to a lot of receivers, the prime DT96s. You know, a couple of them had them on. So I just get to a couple of them, like the main receivers going into this game. You know, I give to them some cleats. Some won, some didn't. But I was like, okay, this is just my little appreciation gift to them. Because they don't be having a lot in stock. So I couldn't do everybody.
Oh, they're shook. Imagine grinding in the league for 10 straight years. Busted knees, cracked ribs, ice baths after every game. And then watching a rookie stroll in with a Nike deal worth more than your entire career. You'd be salty enough to season a whole steakhouse. Some of these vets are already posting cryptic tweets about earning it the hard way, but behind the scenes, they're texting their agents like, "Yo, can I get a shoe deal too?" It's hilarious and heartbreaking at the same time. Meanwhile, the fans are split right down the middle. You've got the visionary crowd and the sellout purists. The visionaries, they're cheering, laughing, sipping Gatorade, and calling Shedeur Sanders a genius for changing the game. To them, he's not just a quarterback, he's the face of a new era in sports business. The guy who cracked the code and figured out how to win off the field before ever taking a snap. Every camera, every headline, every hot take now has that swoosh stamped all over it. And trust me, Nike doesn't do subtle.
I just said about the shoe opportunity that could present itself for Nike, who's a Nike school. And the reason I say Nike is because it's a Nike school. They don't want another brand with the kid wearing them on field, but they get him head to toe. Okay, not just off the field. They can get him head to toe with a signature shoe. If he had that right now, and then you mentioned record-breaking Colorado State, Skip, how many eyeballs would have seen that, what did you call it, Michael? Number 2, prime 2 or something?
Expect to see Shedeur's face on billboards, city murals, maybe even cereal boxes. He's about to become the poster child for the future of sports, while the NFL watches from the sidelines like a jealous ex scrolling through Instagram, pretending not to care. The league's reaction, absolutely priceless. Insiders whispering that rookie relations need a total overhaul. Coaches dropping awkward comments like, he needs to stay focused on football. Owners crunching numbers, trying to figure out how to keep their next big prospect from pulling a Shedeur. Imagine billionaires panicking because a 20-something with swagger and a signature just beat them at their own game. That's poetic justice in cleats. But here's the twist. Shedeur didn't need the league to validate him.
Shedeur dropping because they passed on him.
They tried to humble him. But I don't know why you trying to humble a rich kid. It didn't matter what you paid Shedeur. He was already rich. He made a crap ton of money from college. His daddy is Deion Sanders. What are you saying? Okay, go prove yourself. Didn't Cleveland get him?
Yeah.
Oh, why do Cleveland always get the good quarterbacks?
I think you're the first person who's ever.
Most athletes crave that draft night hug, that jersey unveiling, that rookie contract moment. Not this time. One pen stroke, and Shedeur validated himself. That's what's got the NFL trembling, because it cracks the illusion that they hold the keys. And once that illusion breaks, the whole empire starts to wobble. But make no mistake, Shedeur's move isn't just about him. This is a ripple that's about to turn into a tsunami. Younger athletes are watching every detail and taking notes. High school kids dreaming of the NFL now see a new blueprint. Get elite, build your brand, and maybe skip the middleman entirely. And don't sleep on the parents. They're watching this and taking notes. Picture every sports mom and dad in America turning to the kid like, forget the NFL, baby.
The reason I'm showing you this, because I love y'all like this and I trust y'all like this. Fire. Fire. Probably playing in these this weekend. Fire. I don't know if you can handle this, but because I love y'all. Fire. Now, I'm gonna show you one more thing. But you gotta promise me that you won't tell no.
Go get that shoe deal. Youth leagues are about to look like business seminars. Kids aren't just practicing their footwork anymore. They're practicing their photo poses and crafting captions between drills. Coaches yelling, work on your mechanics, while parents shout, post that highlight clip. Welcome to the new era where clout and contracts play side by side, and the timing couldn't be spicier. The NFL's been grinding to build hype for the new season, hyping up rivalries, rookie sensations, comeback stories, and then Shedeur swoops in and steals the entire summer. One announcement and boom, every sports network scrambles to rewrite their rundowns. Debate shows tossing out their topics just to argue about one Nike deal. The NFL wanted to dominate the headlines, but Shedeur grabbed the mic and said, nah, we're talking about me now. And honestly, who can blame him? Why risk becoming another forgotten rookie when you can turn yourself into a global icon overnight? Why wait to prove yourself under a coach's playbook when you've already proven you're a brand built to last? The league wanted him to play by their rules. Instead, Shedeur made them play by his. Nike saw that confidence and moved fast, doubling down before the league could even print a single promo poster. It's like the NFL got slow-footed in its own draft room. And let's be clear, this wasn't some, oops, I signed a historic Nike contract accident. This was strategic brilliance. While other players were memorizing draft projections and scouting reports, Shedeur was moving like a power broker, stacking brand opportunities like touchdown passes. He wasn't chasing hype, he was building an empire. And behind it all, you know his father, Deion Sanders, an absolute legend, saw the bigger picture. Deion's not just raising a quarterback, he's shaping a dynasty. Shedeur isn't thinking about surviving training camp, he's thinking about building a bulletproof legacy that turns the NFL into just one chapter of a much bigger story. It's the difference between renting a room in the league's house and building your own mansion across the street, with your name glowing in neon on the roof. Let's be real. When Nike comes knocking with billions in their pocket and promises to plaster your name on everything from sneakers to Super Bowl commercials, you don't just open the door, you roll out the carpet. This deal sends a message louder than any touchdown celebration. Athletes aren't just employees anymore, they're enterprises, mini industries wrapped in jerseys. Shedeur's deal proves you don't need permission from a commissioner to cash in. You just need vision, confidence, and the guts to bet on yourself. And that's exactly what he did, in full view of the entire sports world. And just like that, Here comes Shedeur Sanders saying, "Cool story, but I'll be the king of my own kingdom. Thanks. That's like turning down a royal crown because you already ordered a bigger, shinier one with overnight shipping." The NFL suddenly looks less like a throne and more like a fancy internship. The beauty of it all, Shedeur isn't faking it. He's not hitting us with that classic, "I just love the game" speech while cashing quiet checks behind the curtain. Nope. He's up front, unapologetic, and in full control. He knows exactly what his name is worth, what his image can move, and how much power comes with not needing permission from anyone in a suit. That kind of honesty is rare, and it's making NFL executives sweat through their tailored jackets, because this isn't just a Nike contract, it's a cultural reset. Locker rooms everywhere are about to sound different. Rookies won't be asking, "How do I prove myself to the league?" anymore. They'll be asking, "How do I build my brand like Shedeur?" Veterans will start wondering if they missed the wave, while the NFL scrambles to hold emergency meetings about how to stay relevant. Shedeur didn't just flip a narrative, he flipped an entire business model. He's not chasing validation anymore, he's creating it. The league can keep pretending it's in charge, but deep down, everyone knows who's really calling plays now. At the end of the day, Shedeur Sanders didn't just sign a shoe deal, he signed a declaration of independence. Independence from the league's grip, independence from the old system, independence from waiting for someone else's approval. He's running his own offense now, and judging by the size of that contract, he's already up by a few touchdowns before the kickoff even started. So if you're watching this thinking the game hasn't changed, it has. The new era of athlete power has officially arrived. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, because this story, it's just getting started.